Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Make Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for a little slightly overdue month in review for the month of February. I had to wait until I was actually able to get to my desk and get my desk set up before I could actually film this video, and I finally got that done. In case you are just joining me and this is your first video of mine that you have watched, I just recently moved. I just got into my new house, just got all of my stuff unpacked, and I actually got my filming station set up. Prior to this, I spent the last 4 months in an RV. So now we are in the house and we have our filming station set up. So now I can actually like walk and stand and shake back and forth, and it's not shaking my filming arm. So I'm super excited about that. And I know everybody watching is super excited that they don't have to worry about my camera like shaking, because, you know, if you breathed in the RV, the whole RV would rattle and shake. So that's super exciting, and I'm very excited about that for all of you guys, because that always bothered me if the camera was shaking, but it's like you can only control so much when you live in an RV, and the cat runs across the floor in the RV, and the RV shakes. So that is taken care of, because now we don't have to worry about it. So anyways, we're going to talk a little bit about my finishes and then the whips that I have for this month, and kind of what I have planned for this month moving forward. Now that, well, the whips, everything that I had done in February, and then what I have planned for the month of March, now that we're, you know, like already into the first third of the way through the month, and I've gotten like nothing done so far because I've been moving, obviously. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. So for February, my first finish for the month of February, and this is my logbook. So the first finish for the month of February that I had was Chinese New Year, which is going to be mini dazzles from Diamond Art Club. These are roughly 10 by 15 and that's the perimeter of this, because if you actually look at the finished size of this portion, significantly smaller. If you look at the white portion, that is not a 10 by 15. That's significantly smaller. The 10 by 15 is like this portion, thereabouts, smaller than that. This square drills, partial, these had 10 colors, and they were all fairy dust drills. I started these ones on the 1st of February, and I finished them on the 1st of February, and it took me 2 hours and 53 minutes to finish all 6 of these mini dazzles. I love the lantern. That's probably one of my favorite ones, is this lantern, the red and gold lantern. Here we go. This one. We have our dragon, who he's super cute. I love the dragon. And then we have our fish biscuit, and then we have the fan. So those are the mini dazzles for Chinese New Year. My thoughts on this, absolute dream. I loved everything about them. They were fun and so cute, as all of these mini dazzles are. And I like that a mini dazzle set is about 6, because you can finish them quickly. I can sit down and finish all 6 of them in like essentially one sitting if I wanted to, because it takes me roughly 3 hours to do a mini dazzle set of 6, because it's about 30 minutes or so for each little canvas. It was what it takes me on a mini dazzles. So that was finish number 1. So we're going to go ahead and take care of these, and we're going to pull out finish number 2. But yes, and like I said, my favorite is the lantern. That is my all-time favorite of this entire set, is the lanterns. Now I can actually take care of these. So now we've got finish number, well, that was the first one. That was actually the first thing that I finished this month, and then I went into a canvas, and then I went into another mini dazzles, but I'm going to go over the mini dazzles first, and then the mini kits. So it's not really in the order that I did them in. The next mini kit that I finished was the Chinese Zodiac, also from Diamond Art Club, and these are the 12 Zodiac animals that we have. These are also the same size, squares. They only had 8 colors in these, but it included 1 AB and then 7 fairy dust. So an AB stands for Aurora Borealis, which the AB on this is kind of this funky, that orangey color you see there. So it's kind of has that that coating on it that kind of gives you a special glimmer or shimmer. And then the fairy dust has got this like mica powder embedded into it, which gives it a really cool look as well. So the AB adds an extra level of glimmer and shininess. So we have snake, because obviously this is the year of the snake. Dragon, this is the order I did them in. Dragon, because last year was the year of the dragon. And then I did the rabbit, because the year prior was the year of the rabbit. And I'm actually a rabbit. And then tiger, because the year prior to that was the year of the tiger. So I did the tiger before that. And then I didn't do them in a specific order, because then we have our ox, and then you have the rat. And I like this little added design that they had in all of these. And then we have the pig or the boar. And then you have your dog and the rooster. I like the tail on that rooster. He's super cute. And then you have the monkey. And then there's the goat or a sheep, you'll hear it called both ways, and a horse as the last one. So these ones took me 4 hours and 44 minutes. I started these on the 7th of February, finished them on the 9th of February. And my thoughts, absolutely loved them. I love the accent design and that you see in here. So this accent that you have pretty much everywhere. The tiger doesn't have it, but you don't need it because he's so busy. Same thing, the snake is busy, and then the dragon as well. But the more simple animals, they all have a little accent design in them, in some way, shape, or form, like the little accent to kind of make them stand out a little bit. And I thought that was a super cool way, and I like how they kind of added like the belly, and so they didn't make them a solid tone. So they used the same 7 colors to give them that orange and yellow color palette, but with the black accents. And I love how they turned out. I love how much black we have on our dragon here. That's like a oomph, a really pow. He really stands out for that one there. Loved these. They were super fun to do. I absolutely loved this set. It was a super pleasant set, and there were 12 of them. So it took me a little bit longer, and I was doing these while I was actually visiting my parents. So I was kind of working at their place. So it wasn't my own setup. It was at in my mom's art studio that I was working on this set. So I worked on them there, and I finished like a few each day, but I did that from the 7th to the 9th of February is when I worked on these. And there are 12 of them, obviously, because there were 12 zodiac animals. But I love how they turned out. Super fantastic. So those were my 2 mini dazzles that I finished. And the mini dazzles do go in my logbook. I don't know why I put the mini dazzles in my logbook, but I don't put like regular mini kits. Paint gems go in here as well. But regular like mini kits, like this is considered a mini kit. So typically if has a dimension that's under 30 centimeters, I don't put it into my logbook. So like these 2, they don't go in my logbook. I finished them this month, but they don't go in my logbook. I'll count them and I log them separately in my Gems Flow. So they are counted as a finish for Gems Flow purposes because I use Gems Flow pretty like religiously, but I don't count them as a finish in my logbook, so it's a little bit different how I do things. I have my own process. Everybody has their own process, and that's part of my process. Is mini kits in Gems Flow have an M in front of them. So that way they all are labeled as M for mini. And it's basically anything that's like less than a 30 centimeter on one side of it goes underneath a mini kit. So you'll see these 2 are considered a mini kit. This one is not labeled as a mini kit in Gems Flow because it has a dimension that is over 30 centimeters. So it does not go in the mini kit category. So those ones are going to be not in my logbook, whereas this one is in my logbook, and we'll go over that. But the first up, we have Sailor Moon. This is basically it's like the Sailor Moon Game Boy, and this is from both of these are from Jolly Gem Shop. They were my first finishes that I had done from Jolly Gem Shop. This one, they're both 20 by 25 centimeters, and both of them are in square drills, and these are like hand-charted pixel kits. And the artist for these is Alina's Pixels. She's a cross-stitcher that I actually had seen her patterns and followed her patterns over on Etsy. So seeing them turned into diamond art was super exciting for me as somebody who had followed her art over on Etsy and loved her patterns from there. So these are both 20 by 25. This one right here, Sailor Moon, has 13 colors. This one took me 3 hours and 13 minutes to complete. I love the color blocking because that's always fun for me. I started this one on the 17th of February, finished it on the 17th of February because it was basically a one-sitting thing. It was one of the things that I did notice, and you're going to see because from a distance you don't notice it as much, but there is a little bit of the, it's not as noticeable through the camera, but there is a little bit of gapping around some of these squares. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're working with very light colored drills, and the drill field was not as tight as what we will get in like some other shops will have super tight. You don't really notice the gapping in the Game Boy portion because of the colors, except for part of where you do see the gapping is more my placement than the actual drills. It's more down around in here that you'll see a little bit of the gapping, and that's something that I might take some mica to it. I might not. We'll see how I feel. But that is the Sailor Moon Game Boy from Jolly Gem Shop. I love the colors on this. I love the pastel vibes. And I love the fact that it has the ABs in here. We have an AB, and then we have a jelly crystal, like a jelly crystal, or a jelly glitter drill. The red is a jelly glitter. Let me turn on my overhead light. I hate turning on the overhead because it gives us a really atrocious glare, but for seeing the drills, that's where you can see the jelly. There's an AB right there, and there is the jelly glitter drill. The red is the jelly glitter for that. And you can see some of the gapping now that we turn on that light. You can see it a little bit better with that gapping that I was talking about. Overall, I was very pleased with it. I think I have a different canvas. My other canvas, my full-size canvas from Jolly Gem Shop, is a round because I prefer rounds if at all possible. Next up is the Sailor Jupiter Game Boy, because there's an entire series of these. I tried to place the drills closer together, which the gapping did look better overall. It did lead to, you could see when I placed the drills super close together to get rid of some of that gapping as far as the background, it did lead to a little bit of, you can see where a little bit of the drill field that ended up exposed because, which is not distracting or anything. I can always move the washi over if I wanted to. Because I scrunched the drills closer this way to get rid of some of the gapping that I had on Sailor Moon. I love the greens of this though, because the greens are just stunning. And again, this one has 13 colors. It's the same size as the other one. I started this one on the 20th of February. This one has 14 colors. I started on the 20th of February, finished it on the 20th of February, and this one took me 2 hours and 47 minutes. Is that a 7 or a 3? I can't tell if it's a 7 or a 3. Not that it matters because it's only like a couple minute difference. So under 3 hours to do this one because it's a little bit more monotone color palette for this one here. And it was, you know, it's something when you want that like finish. So this one also has the same 5200 AB, the whites. And then it has the yellow is the jelly glitter that you see on this yellow drill right there. So that is the second, or well, technically, this is my second mini kit. The paint gems are also, or not the paint, the mini dazzles are also, you know, like mini kits. They're mini sets. So this is like 4 things that I finished this month. And now we're going to get into my actual like main finishes, which I only really had 2 of my main size finishes this month. The first one being this one from Jaded Gem Shop. This is called Night Magic from Flossy Fox Shop. And this is a, let's see, 29.5 by 31.8 centimeter canvas. Squares, 21 colors. It had 3 glimmer and 3 crystals in this here. And what you can't really tell, this entire background is a crystal. It's $8.90. So it's this beautiful green crystal. You can kind of see as I roll it like that, you can see the beautiful green of those crystals in the background, which I love the fact that the background is a special drill. And I love that Jaded Gem Shop square drills, you don't see any of the gapping like you do in those previous ones. Because you can see here, we have these light pinks of our dragon wing. You have the light blue of the body. You have all of these lighter tones, and you don't see the gapping that we saw in the last one. So that's something that makes it a super pleasurable experience working on this canvas. I started this one on the 1st of February, finished it on the 2nd of February. It took me 7 hours and 23 minutes. My thoughts on this canvas, absolutely adorable. I love the crystal background, and the crystal size was absolutely perfect. So there were no off sizes, because sometimes when you work with crystals, they can be off sizes, where some are big, some are small, and they're kind of random and they don't really work well, and you kind of have to pick through the crystals. I did not run into that at all with these crystals. They were all smooth sailing, fantastic. The 3 crystals that we have the green as the background. You also have 2 different shades of like yellow in the crystals as well. So you have a yellow and then an orange. So these are both crystals right here. One is yellow and one is slightly orange tinted. So you can see that right there in those crystals with that one right there. And then the other one there. And then we had our, like I said, the other ones, we had 3 of the glimmer drills. So we have a light brown glimmer, which we'll see in like our little druid face. This is a glimmer, which is the mica powder, which is the equivalent of a Diamond Art Club fairy dust drill. Oh, there's a drill that I need to pop back down because it didn't know it was coming up. We have the white is also a glimmer drill. That white right there is also a glimmer. I didn't roll this canvas. It's been hanging on my door. I haven't rolled it yet to make sure all the drills are down. And then we have a lavender glimmer. So I'm going to turn on the overhead again so we can get a close-up of those glimmers. So here we go. There is our purple glimmer. So you can see it right there by my finger. Also, you can see the brown glimmer right there. And then as we come down, here is the white glimmer right there. So that, and with right next to the crystals. So that shows off those glimmer drills to perfection. I love the quality. And then you can see how beautiful those crystals are. Ooh, love it. Stunning. This is a beautiful one. I love it. I love all the flossies. My goal is to have every flossie that she puts out. Slowly. I have to collect them slowly because, you know, they add up. But I loved doing this. This was my first flossie to finish. And that was finish number 1 for the month of February. My 5th finish for the year and my 110th finish of all time. Because for my log of what I finished of all time, I only count these finishes. If I count everything that I finished a whole lot more than that. So like, what I did not put was that the Chinese Zodiac was my eighth mini dazzle to finish. The Chinese New Year was my 7th, and those are counted differently than paint gems. So I finished something like 16 or 17 different paint gem sets, something to that effect. I don't remember anymore. I have it written down in my logbook from the last paint gem that I did. But that was my 8th paint gem. So I finished 2 paint gems this month, or 2 mini dazzles. So that was my 8th mini dazzle to finish. This is my 110th kit total to finish, but only my first one for the month of February. So even though technically this is like the 5th thing that I've done for the month, it was my first one that I count for my tally of what I've done for the month. So that was finish number 1. And then we go to my only other finish that I actually had for the month is my big one, which this one was like the satisfying finish because this is something that I've been working on for a hot minute. So this right here is my main finish and what I'm probably the most proud of actually finishing. So this right here is the Storm God from Lazy River Crafts, who's no longer in business. And the artist is Yumi Lusted. This is a 60 by 83 squares, 45 colors with 4 ABs. I started on the 28th of July back in 2024, and I finished it on the 17th of February, 2025. This one took me 49 hours and 44 minutes to complete, so it did take me a hot minute to do. Not the longest a painting has taken me. I think the longest has been Flower Delivery version 2 has been the longest yet. But it did take me a hot minute to do. So my thoughts on this canvas, and then we'll go into looking at it. So much confetti. So much confetti. That's my main thought. It was literally pure confetti, which is why it took me from July to now to do it, because I'm not a confetti lover. It was pure confetti. Pure confetti. Which was very tedious for me because I'm not a confetti lover. Some people love confetti, not me. Granted, you know, we had this area here, which did have some color, which was big swaths of color blocking, interspersed with the occasional non-color blocky placing of random other drills. But the rest of this, the body part here, was all confetti. And this is what helped me have this where it wasn't like a 60+ hour painting, was the border. Otherwise, it would have taken me so much longer. The AB placement though was absolutely on point. I loved the AB placement for this canvas. So we had our white AB, which is basically the white of our Storm God's robes and the white that you see in the water. All of that white is an AB, pristine. So all of this white you see right around in here is an AB. This white AB, right here AB, AB, AB. All of it AB. Granted, it's scattered with confetti of other colors rather than just being solid AB. We also have some green ABs right scattered throughout here in our dragons. We have some red AB scattered very sparingly in our red dragon shadow. And then we have blue ABs in some of the water as well, which we could have used more of the blue AB in the water, in this blue portion of the water. That could have easily had more of the blue AB. But the AB placement was really good. I would have loved to see this with a tighter grid, because there is a lot of gapping in this, especially when you see this light color blocky area. In the skin area, there is a lot of gapping in this canvas, like a lot of gapping. And also seeing the placement a little bit more compacted and a cleaner render. That's something that I would love to see. So this is very gappy, very tedious to do, but it comes together and looks gorgeous. I just would have liked to see it with more of like a hybrid render with some of that excessive confetti cleaned up. But it is done. I do have a post review that I have filmed. I just have not posted it yet. So here is our full scan. There's the bottom of this. It is a little bit long for my table. And the glue is not as, because it's been sitting for so long with half of it like exposed. There's parts of it where the glue doesn't want to, I've had to roll it because the glue is like, I don't think I want to hold on to you very well for some of the drills. But once it's like rolled, they stick fine unless I try to manhandle the canvas in a really weird way. then they'll kind of start to pop off. But I love this part right here with the water because you see the blue AB scattered in here and then all of this white AB scattered throughout here. And it looks really good. But I love how this turned out. It looks stunning. I just did not like the confetti. That was something that really was tedious for me, was the confetti. But that is the Storm God. And whoosh, that was finish number 2 for the month. My 6th finish of the year and my 111th finish of all time. So we're going to move the Storm God out of here and we're going to talk about my whips. So, first up on the whip pile is my Knight of the Frost Dragon Stitch Along Stitch Along Sal. I'm doing it as a cross stitch conversion, and this is from, I got the canvas in the drills from Jaded Gem Shop, and the artist is Flossy Fox Shop. This was actually the project that introduced Jade to Flossy Fox and kind of started the ball rolling on getting Flossie licensed with Jaded Gem Shop, was this project here. So this is 6 months worth of work on it because it's an 8-month stitch along, and we have 6 months done so far, and she actually just today released section number 7. So that's something that I will be doing probably tomorrow, potentially, depending on how I feel after work. But I will do section number 7, which was just released as of like the evening of the 9th when I'm filming this. And that will be, I will do that. I just realized that there is a drill in here that is like the wrong color and needs replaced. And I'm like, how in the world did I end up with a red drill right there? I'm like, that just looks so annoying. I'm like, okay, apparently a drill popped off or something and I didn't notice, and just placed like a red drill back on instead of placing a yellow drill back on. So I need to pull that drill up and then pull it off. But this is one that's super fun. I'm enjoying it. I really enjoy the cross stitch conversions because it uses a different part of my brain than a regular diamond painting does. My favorite part has got to be all the little dragons. I love these little dragons, but now that I have the patterns for these little dragons and then our big dragon right here, I can actually do, I could actually combine some of those dragons and kind of create my own thing using the dragons that I have the patterns for, and do like I could do an entire one of these with just dragons, from all the different flossy dragons that I have, which would be kind of cool to see a dragon only canvas. But anyways, and I love the trees on here. The trees are super cute. But this has been super fun doing it, and that is whip number 1, which I have 2 more sections to go. I am keeping up on it, so this is one of that's not really a big deal because it's supposed to take you a long time to do because it's a progress month by month. So that's this one here. And next up is my other whip that I'm working on, which is I See the Light, all from Diamond Art Club. This one is a big canvas. This one is, oh gosh, what is it size-wise? It is a 106.5 by 55.8 centimeter canvas, so pretty large. 59 colors on this canvas. I'm going to bring it down so you can see the top portion of it. So here is the top portion. I am just slightly under halfway. I was working on this and then I moved and I have not worked on it yet because I diamond painted for the first time last night and did like some mini dragons from the little dragons from the mini dragon, or from the Dragons mini dazzle set, because I needed a quick win, because this is one that's not taking me a horribly long time to do because there's so much color blocking in this kit. It's just something that because it's such a big canvas it is taking a little bit of time. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections done on it that you can see across the bottom of the lanterns. So we have these sections. You can see Pascal, you've got Eugene, and then of course we've got our Rapunzel with her hair. So we've got those and as the main characters, and I love the glow of this. Sorry, I'm like manhandling this canvas all around because it's a fairly large canvas. It's not super tall because it's only that basically 56 centimeters tall wise, but it's the 110 centimeters long, or the 107 centimeters long. So it's fairly good lengthwise like this. I've got one more section to go over here. This section left right here, which is going to be a lot of 310. This portion outside of the lanterns is 310, and then I think it's the 939 is the top half. So 310 and 939 is going to be this section, and then the lanterns will add a little bit of an accent. So this will go really fast for this section right here. So I'm excited to get that section done, and then the top half, when I roll into this top half here, that will go a lot faster when I do this top portion, because there's a lot more, or that will be like a lot more interesting. I love the color blocking. Don't get me wrong. This is like my happy place. I just haven't, I just have to, and then I will have a lot more interesting stuff to do because there's a lot more little lanterns and everything in this portion up here. And then of course we have our subjects right there. But this section right here, I will fly on because it's literally like 2 colors and then a couple little lanterns. But I'm excited to see these sections come up to life. And then of course, obviously these 2 sections here, because those are like the busiest sections in the canvas. But that is my second whip that I have, which in order to fit on my easel as I work on it, I have to keep like one side rolled on my easel. Otherwise it's way too long for me to, I use a large easel, but I have it rolled because I need to have the section that I'm working on over here on my light pad. So I'll have it rolled like this on my easel. And that way I can have it set up and work on that section. All right, so now what is it that I am going to be working on next? So let me go ahead and change my look of this. So first up, we have my 2 actual whips, which is I See the Light right here, which I've been working on for 16 hours. You can see there, it's been 16 hours worth of work to get to this point that we saw right there. There's the full-blown view of what I've done so far, almost halfway there. So it's not taking me that long to do this. Each section is taking me just a little over, it's basically just a little over the 3 hours to get there, because it's 5 sections and it's just shy of 16 hours worth of work. So it's like 3 hours and, what, not quite 15 minutes. It's like 3 hours and like 13 minutes or somewhere about there, 12 minutes, something like that, to do each section. And it's going pretty quickly. And I love the look of it. You can see how beautiful that is. So that's I See the Light that I've been working on as my active whip. I haven't really done anything on it since February 25th. That's when I finished that section. But as you can see, I started it on February 3rd. My other active whip that I have is Night of the Frost Dragon, which I've, the stitch along, which I've been doing for 20 hours and 38 minutes, as you can see there. And this one is one that I started, the stitch along started back in, I think like September timeframe, but I didn't order it until I ordered it in September and then I received it in November. So I started it in November. So that's basically what I've been doing on this one. And it's kind of cool to see as it took shapes. There's section 1, section 2, section 3, 4, 5, section 6, and now I'm going to start into section 7. So this one has been a little bit longer, with it being significantly smaller. It's only a 54 by 37 centimeter canvas, but it's taking longer because it's a cross stitch conversion, and those do take longer. So those are my 2 active whips. So what I'm planning for this month, what I do want to do is, well, technically I have already completed one thing, which I completed today, which was the mini dazzles dragon set, which I did for Mackenzie over at Dragon Wing Diamonds. I did it for her Stoke Your Dragonfire event, and I also kind of did it unofficially for Michaela Renee's, and like I'm always forget who else is hosting the mini event, the mini kit, or the mini sets event that is going on for the month of March as well. But this is the one that I'm doing, that I did to kind of do that. I mostly will kind of diamond paint along for events, but not actually participate in prizes. That's just me personally, because I'm like, it's so much work to remember to post things. And if it's something that's on Facebook, I'm like, ugh, that's too much effort. I'm not joining Facebook. But that's a personal thing, because I'm like, that's just too much effort. So I already finished this one. I'm not showing it because I want you guys to be able to see the finish of it, next month, or at the end of this month. So that's one that I have already completed and finished. You just won't see it yet. But that was one of my March tasks. The other one that I want to work on for the month of March is Sake Dragon. I am definitely not going to finish Sake Dragon for the month of March, but before I can start Sake Dragon, which is the one that I want to do for Mackenzie's event, I have to finish I See the Light, which is that big one. So this is one which is another square, and it's a big square. Well, not super massive, but it's going to have a fair amount of confetti. So before I can do this one, I need to do a little bit more on I See the Light and finish I See the Light. Because see, Sake Dragon is 70 by 90 basically. Additional things that I would like to work on this month. We've got months of the year, mini dazzles. So this is one that I want to at least do like January, February, and March for those. Not the whole year, but I want to do those first 3 months. So that covers those. And then I pulled out some other ones that I would like to do this month. So I want to participate in Jada Jamboree. So I pulled out one of my kits that I'm kind of in the mood to work on for Jada Jamboree. So I was like, oh, let's pull out Year of the Tiger. So Year of the Tiger is one, because I'm kind of in that Asian mood for kids. And this is one I could work on for the Asian DP along. So this is Year of the Tiger, which is by the artist Jenna Wing Hill. And I had ABs added to this. This is a 50 by 50 centimeter canvas. I've had it for quite a while. I got it back in 2023. It's one of the first few kits that I ordered from Jade. This is Year of the Tiger. So I want to work on that one. I also pulled out Year of the Dragon. So here's Year of the Dragon from Diamond Artisan Shop. I'm not going to finish all of these. And Year of the Snake from Diamond Art Club. So those are all ones that I would like to do in the coming months. These are kind of like my queue of the next up kits. I picked Year of the Tiger, Snake, and Dragon because those all 3 are round drill canvases. And the size-wise of those, Dragon is 67 by 67, Snake is 55 by 70, and Tiger is 50 by 50. So I'll probably start with Tiger because it's smaller, and then kind of move on from there. But those are the kits that I'm kind of in the mood for, and as you can see, those are like 3 different shops. Sake Dragon's going to be the larger one because it's like a 70 by 90, and it's a square. But like I said, before I can start another square, because I can only tolerate like one big square canvas at a time, I need to finish I See the Light. So I have to finish this square before I can start this square, and that's just me and how I work. But that's essentially what I have this month. Not a very long month in review, really, for me. That's like a short one. Oh gosh, I can't remember the last time I've done a month in review this short, but we will see what I have for you guys for my March month in review. I probably will not have much because it's already basically like, you know, the 9th, and I've finished one thing, and that was the Mini Dazzles Dragons, but I've had a lot going on, and some months are like that. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.